The following video is not made for kids under 13. If you are not 13 years old, please exit out of the video now. And please, YouTube, do not sue me. Sup guys, Mooky here, and I'm back with another part of What If Izuku Was Trained by All the Shonen Jump Protagonists. This is part 2, and the last part was part 1.5, being, if you guys knew, I made the script way too damn long, so I had to cut it in 2 parts of part 1, so yeah. As for this part, let's get to the recap, being Izuku meeting All Might, and Izuku showing All Might and all the other heroes his all the abilities and skills he's learned from other worlds, with All Might telling him that he can and he deserves to be a hero. And with that said, let's get into this. After hearing this, and Izuku shedding a couple of tears as he says, "Alright, thank you, All Might. Thank you so much for telling me this. Now, I have more of a reason to go and take on the entrance exam at UA. But first, I need to get through a lot more training." As he's saying, "Training? Are you sure? You're already quite strong as it is. You have superhuman strength, abilities, fire. You have a fire quirk." As it's not a fire quirk, it's called the Dying Will Flames. Not only that, it's mixed in with a breathing style called sun breathing, which increases my breathing and my muscle control and speed as well. But to me, there's still so much I want to know, so much I want to become, so much power out there to every other universe. I want to become the strongest hero that ever existed, even greater than you, All Might. I want to be the next symbol of peace, the next All Might, or even better than you, All Might." As All Might looks into Izuku's eyes, as that's the eyes of a confident person. And not only that, Izuku looks like your typical 14 or 15-year-old junior high student, but instead, he feels more like he's actually a high schooler, somewhat of a second year or at least a third year at best. As he's saying, "Young Midoriya, how old are you, really?" As saying, "Well, it's hard to explain. Physically, I'm still 14, but mentally, since I've been to other worlds, which took almost an entire year for me to train and learn their abilities and skills, and I've been to almost 4 worlds, I'm technically about 16 or 17. After hearing this, All Might's jaw just drops, saying, "That's insane. So not only you look young, but you have the mindsets of somebody with years of experience and power in your hands, in the body of at least a 14 to 15-year-old. As Izuku laughs off, being, "Well, yeah, quite a bit actually. But to be honest, in this world I may seem young, but technically I am at least 17 years old." As All Might saying, "This is such a shock. It's hard to accept such a thing. But your quirk, your skills, the way you act, and your personality all itself, it shows it all. You are worthy of my power. You truly are worthy of one for all." As Izuku asks, "What's one for all?" As he tells him, I was not born with my quirk. It was given to me by my master, Nana Shimura. And it's the reason on how I became the #1 hero. Because of that, as the years goes on, one user passes to another, and that user passes to another, growing and letting it become stronger, until it ended up to me, which allowed me to become the symbol of peace, All Might. As Izuku is shocked and surprised, thinking that a quirk like that exists, as he soon double checks himself, saying, well, my quirk allows me to travel to multiple worlds, so it shouldn't be too far off to think about it, actually. As soon after, All Might saying, young Midoriya, I wish to give one for all to you, as Izuku says, not interested, you can keep it. As All Might saying, wait, what? Why would you? Look, All Might, I appreciate you trying to give me one for all, and I would love to, but to be honest, I'm already powerful as it is. Giving me something like that already just would be kind of boring, if I'm going to be honest. Not only that, I'm still trying to get a hang of my own quirk after all. I spent spending an entire year in one world and coming out of it for 1 year, and I come back and it's 2 weeks later. So to be honest, I think I prefer trying to get a hang of my own quirk before I can accept anything else, if you know what I mean, All Might. As All Might thinks, well, it is your choice. I'm not going to force it on you, young Midoriya. As he asks, but do you have any ideas who would be worthy of one for all? As Izuku thinks, I think one person, but I'm gonna have to try and convince him to come and meet us here after all, so that's gonna be a little tricky. Alright, as All Might says, if you can convince him, I'll be waiting at Dagobah Beach every day at least from 6 o'clock p.m. to at least 8. So don't keep me waiting, young Midoriya. As Izuku saying, can do, All Might. Now, excuse me, I gotta get home. As soon after, he just vanished from All Might's sight, as he realized, that kid really is fast. I love to see what he learns in the future. But I am going to be honest, it is a real shame not to be able to pass one for all to a man who has the true idea and the true meaning on what it means to be a hero. Not to give him one for all. As soon after, Izuku heads back home, where his mother was worried as usual, but he settles down her fears. As soon after, the next day, as everyone heard about the sledge villain attack on Bakugo, and how Izuku was the one who saved him, everyone soon basically crowds around Izuku, asking about the details and asking how he did it and was he scared. As he says, not really, I wasn't really scared, and to be honest, he wasn't really much to deal with after all, since I have a strong quirk, but I'm not going to rely on my quirk too much after all. As everyone is shocked and also praising Izuku for his power, as Bakugo is quite frustrated. And soon after, Izuku walks to Bakugo saying, hey Kachan, can we talk after class? I need to speak. There's somewhere I want you to go with me. As Bakugo saying, like hell I'll go with you, you damn nerd. And I said thank you for the last time. Don't expect me to thank you again or any other time, because I'll show you about that. I just need to talk to you. As Izuku cuts him off, with Bakugo getting more frustrated. I just need you to meet me at Dagobah Beach around 6 o'clock before 8. That's all. Tonight. If you don't want to, I won't force you. And if you don't come the first time, then I won't bother asking you again. Alright? Cool. As he walks back to his seat and soon just pulls out a book to read. Before that, his homeroom class begins. And soon after, the day goes by as Izuku leaves saying, alright Kachan, meet you at Dagobah Beach. Try not to be late. As soon after, Bakugo getting pissed off saying, why does he want to meet me at Dagobah Beach? I swear. Wait, does he want to fight me? Does he want to prove that one of us is truly stronger? If that's the case, I'm not going to fall to his challenge. I'll beat him for sure. I swear it. As soon after, as Izuku was on his way home, he soon hears something as he uses his Cosmo to enhance his hearing. And soon he hears a small dog in the road and sounds wounded. As he makes the way there, he sees a small white puppy in the road laying on its back, still trying to barely breathe and walk to the other side of the road. As he sees this, he soon moves as fast as he can, jumping over the guardrails and then rushing to the dog, grabbing it and making it to the other side of the street. As a couple people that saw this saying, "Oh my god, are you okay? Did you use your quirk to save that little puppy? And why would you?" As everyone begins crowding him and begins saying that was crazy, but also brave as well. As a woman that looks like in her mid-20s saying, "Are you crazy? You could have got yourself hurt like that. You know, that was dangerous." As Izuku saying, "Well, yeah, but it doesn't matter. It needed help. So I helped out this little guy. Even though I know he doesn't have much time left, it's better than just dying in a, well, noisy street, you know?" As she looks into Izuku's eyes and say that he's actually kind of cute and sweet, and wondering why does he seem familiar, as she soon looks at Izuku closely and says, "Wait, you were the guy that saved the kid from the sludge villain." As Izuku says, "Oh, you must have seen it in the news," as he takes a good look at her and says, "Wait, you're Mount Lady, aren't you?" With a surprised face on her, she begins freaking out a little bit as a couple people around them say, "Wait, Mount Lady, the hero that debuted yesterday? Oh my god, it is her. I want her autograph." As everyone crowds around them, as Izuku grabs her saying, "Yeah, I think I know where this is going. Let's go." As they soon disappear for a bit as everyone thinks, "Wait, where'd they go?" As they wonder, "What?" As soon after, Izuku goes to a street where they're at a small park. As there, Izuku, as she's saying, wait, what is your quirk? First it looked like it was super speed, then you were able to use fire against that villain, and then you just conjured a sword like out of nowhere. What are you, really?" As Izuku's saying, "It's pretty complicated with me, if I'm going to be honest," as he gives off a little smile, as saying, "Again, what is with this kid?" As Izuku still holds the puppy as it's still trying to grasp for air, is saying, at least you're still hanging in there, little buddy. I think it's better if you try and lay down for a bit. It's better to spend your final moments resting in peace than just trying to struggle to survive." I think it's as saying, you're really willing to risk your life, even though there wasn't much you could do for him. I care about every little thing, not just people, because every little thing matters in this world, even that some people don't think so. It's just words that my master told me once, that's all. As saying, "Your master? So is he the one that taught you how to do stuff like that?" As saying, "Well, somewhat, yeah." As soon after, Izuku's eyes widen as saying, "Looks like he's finally moved on." As she looks at, as Izuku sheds a little bit of tears, saying, "Sorry, I couldn't completely save you." As she thinks, he really is sweet. I think it's alright. At least you could try to give him a proper burial, right? As Izuku, with somewhat puffy eyes, saying, "Yeah, thanks." As they give the little puppy a small burial near a tree, as saying, "Thank you, Mount Lady." As she says, "Call me you Takayama." As saying, "Okay, Miss Yu. It's a pleasure to meet you. And my name is Izuku Midoriya, but a lot of people call me Deku." As she's saying, "Deku? it's a long story. Well, any rate, see ya. And sorry about taking you somewhere that probably was out of your area. Saying no problems. Oh, actually, can I get your number? And as saying, what? Oh, sure. Having a pro hero as a contact would be pretty awesome, actually. As they both exchange numbers, and Izuku leaves. As soon after, a couple hours later, he heads to Dagobah Beach. And yes, Mount Lady is going to be part of Izuku's harem. And in case you guys are wondering, yes, it is legal. As after all, the age consent is 13 in Japan, and that even here in My Hero Academia as well. So yeah. As time has passed, both Izuku and All Might wait for Bakugo, as it's already at least 6:30, as they wonder, is he coming or not? Saying, well, you did say you would wait at least until 8 o'clock, so let's give him at least a couple more hours. Okay, All Might? As he asks, yeah, of course, young Midoriya. As soon after, they see somebody walking down. As Izuku sees it being Bakugo, using his Cosmo, as thinks, looks like he's here. Great. As he waves at Bakugo getting annoyed, saying, so it's time. As he sprints and soon jumps into the air using explosions. As Izuku saying, oh shit. As he realized, Deku, you're dead! As he was close to Izuku's face, as Izuku grabs Bakugo by the face and slams him into the sandy beach. As All Might saying, I didn't even have time to react. Holy crap, young Midoriya is strong. As Bakugo tries coughing for air after getting slammed in the ground. As Izuku lets go of his face saying, alright, I guess that was one heck of a hello, Kachan. So as saying, you asked me to come out here to fight me, right? So get ready. As Izuku saying, whoa, dude, I didn't ask you to come out here to fight. I asked you to come out here to meet somebody. I should have said that, but knowing you, if I add more details, you would most likely be more suspicious. As saying, so why the hell did you really call me out here for? And who the hell is this skeleton looking? As he looks closely and says, who the hell is this skeleton looking bastard trying to look like All Might? As he's saying, this is All Might. He wants to talk to you, and he wants to give you something. As saying, yeah, right. There's no way this guy is. Cutting him off, All Might transforms into his buff form. After seeing this, Bakugo is surprised, saying, what the actual hell? This is insane. This is a goddamn lie or a trick. As Izuku saying, no, this is the real All Might. I was surprised too when I first saw him, but to be honest, it's not too far off now. As soon after, Izuku saying, well, I'll let the two of you talk, and I'll catch you later. See you tomorrow, Kachan. As Izuku leaves and Bakugo saying, wait, don't you dare leave me, Deku! As he tries to grab him as Izuku fades and soon is already nearing the street as he waves and heads back home. As Bakugo thinks, that damn nerd, I swear, I'm going to kill him when I get back to school tomorrow. I swear, I'm going to literally murder that damn quirk nerd. That damn hero nerd, he's so dead. As All Might thinks to himself, I hope young Midoriya wasn't joking when he said he wanted a good candidate. As saying, so you really are All Might. If that's the case, why the hell do you look like that other form? Tell me that it's just like some kind of disguise or something. As All Might soon goes into details about his situation, about his quirk, and about everything else. As Bakugo thinks, so you're on a goddamn time limit, and you want me to give one for all. Is that right? As Bakugo asks this, as his eyes are looked down to the ground, as All Might saying, young Midoriya suggested you, and I don't see he's wrong. You got strong determination and will. And not only that, you're the first. When I saw, you got good control of your quirk too for somebody your age. So, if I'm going to be honest, I think you are, as Bakugo's saying, like hell. As All Might says, what, young Bakugo? As saying, like hell, I'll take your quirk after he suggested me. To be honest, you chose him first, and then when he denied you, he turned you to me. I don't want that bastard giving me pity, saying that I need the number one hero's quirk to beat him. Bullshit. Like hell, I'll allow that bastard to give me any favors. Like I need him to owe me one or some bullshit like that. As All Might saying, young Bakugo, you have misunderstanding, but I will accept your quirk, All Might, but when I'm ready, not when you are. As All Might saying, what? Oh, I will be your successor. I want to become the number one hero. I want to prove I'm strong. But I want to earn it. Not because that shitty nerd says I should have it, but because I want to prove I earn it from you. As All Might looks at Bakugo with a determined look and a smile on his face, as he thinks, alright then, if that's the case, I look forward to seeing you on how much you grow. You plan on going to UA, right, young Bakugo? As Bakugo says yes. As get stronger, and show me that you truly are powerful to earn one for all. Do that, and I look forward to seeing what you can do. As Bakugo screams out, hell yeah! Just you wait, Deku! If you can hear this, you son of a bitch, I'll show you how strong I am! As All Might hears this saying, I hope I made the right decision, but to be honest, he does have a lot of heart and dedication as well. Soon after, a couple months have passed, and it's now time for their summer break, which Izuku decides to go to do some training, as he finally got a handle of sun breathing, as he originally only knew like 2 sun breathing forms, but now he knows at least know all of them, the other 3 forms as well, and his dying will flames, his sky flames as well, and found out how to master hyper dying will mode on his own without any help. As he soon sees, as he heads to Deku Beach and sees Bakugo training with All Might, as Bakugo begins clearing the beach of tons of debris, but he ain't using his quirk. As Izuku was confused and thinks All Might probably told him not to use his quirk with this, so it kind of makes sense. As he thinks to himself, well, with that said, I should probably head out. As he opens a portal and soon goes through. As he goes through the portal, he sees that it's just a normal neighborhood that you would see in Japan anywhere else. Thinks that, I probably traveled to another world close to Japan, of course. So it makes sense. I'll probably walk around a bit. As he takes one step, and soon he sees a giant monster that just crashed through a house, as he thinks, what the actual hell did I step into? As soon after, a boy with black hair and glasses, wielding somewhat of a light shield, and another boy with white hair with a black outfit and the same jacket as the boy with glasses, basically take down the monster with one strike, as it begins soon disappearing and dispersing somewhat of a weird energy from it. As soon after, you saying, nice work, Osamu, that was awesome. As the boy with the glasses saying, yeah, you too, Yuma, nice work. Soon the boy with the glasses soon walks to Izuku saying, are you okay? You should be taken somewhere safe as a shelter. As he's saying, what was that thing? As they both look confused saying, that was a neighbor. Do you not know what a neighbor is? As saying, would you believe me saying that I'm not from this world? as soon after you used his side effect saying, "Oh, he's telling the truth. He's not from here, Osamu." As saying, "Wait, what? So is he a neighbor or nah, he's not a neighbor. I can tell if he was." As soon after another neighbor soon comes down as it was aiming for both of them. As Izuku jumps into the air and uses conjurer abilities to create his Nichiri katana and screams out, "Water breathing, second form, water wheel!" as he cuts down the neighbor without even trying, as they wonder, "Whoa, that was insane. Was that Tryon?" As he thinks, "Nah, that's not Tryon. If anything, he's using something similar, but not really." As they think, "Who the heck are you?" As Izuku smiles and says, "My name is Izuku Midoriya, and I'm going to become the next #1 hero in my world." As soon after more other neighbors began coming. As soon after Izuku prepares his katana, as the neighbors were taken down easily, but were shot by someone in the distance. That being their sniper, Chika, of course, as she calls, wondering if they were okay. As both Osamu and Yu give her an okay, with Izuku thinking, "So, this world is plagued by monsters just like Master Tanjiro's world as well. Maybe I can help out a bit while I'm trying to get stronger." As soon after, all three of them are surrounded by a couple of neighbors, as they think, "Hey, you're Izuku, right?" Is saying, "Yeah, and you're Osamu," as they both introduce themselves as Osamu Mitsuko and Yuma Koga. Izuku says, "Well, it's a pleasure to meet you all," as all three of them take down a couple of the neighbors nearby, with Izuku and Yu basically taking them out the most, with Osamu basically getting a few, that's all. As soon after, the neighbors soon all disappear, with them clearing the way. After that, they all wonder what has happened, as a couple of members from Border soon arrive, wondering on who Izuku is and why isn't this. As they look at Izuku's attire, thinking that he's not from any school that they know from. As soon after, they wonder if he's a neighbor, as both Osamu and Yu basically defend him, saying he helped us take down the neighbors, and if you're wondering, he's not a neighbor like you is, as Osamu says this, with Yu basically saying he's actually pretty cool. He's 100% human, if anything. But if I'm gonna be honest, I think he would be awesome as a border agent, with his trademark signature weird ass look, as he pats Izuku on the back, even though he's a little bit shorter than he is. As many border agents feel like they can't trust him if he's from another world, neighbor or not. They are still somewhat weary of you after all. As Izuku saying, "I just helped you take down these neighbors, right? I want to help as much as I can while I'm in this world, after all." As they hear what's in his voice, as they realize that he doesn't seem like he's lying. If anything, they believe him more than anything. As they head to Border HQ, where they meet with their leaders after all, with them wondering why Izuku is here. As he explains that he comes from a world where people have abilities called quirks, which, with these quirks, some people commit crimes like villains. And then there are those with quirks who save others and protect the innocent, which are called pro-heroes. As he goes in more and more detail, almost to the point of actually muttering, and as soon after, a couple of them get pretty annoyed as Izuku apologizes. With that, some feel like they can't trust him, but then there are some who actually feel like he would be a great asset with all the abilities that he already has from other worlds, thinking maybe it's possible, as they wonder on which agency they should go with, as soon after both Jin and Takumi and Branch Chief Takumi basically come in saying that they'll take him, as many of them weren't really, well, keen on that idea, as they already have two neighbors part of their squad after all. However, Izuku says that he'd rather go with them, since he's actually taken quite a liking to Osamu and Yu after all, as both of them smile, as Osamu gets a little bit embarrassed, but Yu actually smiles with a thumbs up. Soon after, they head to the Tamaki branch, where he meets almost everyone else there, as all of them welcome Izuku to the branch, some with open arms and some with hostility a bit. Being, well, Hyusa, of course, which he doesn't really trust Izuku that much, but when has he trusted anyone early on? During this, Izuku began understanding triggers and his Tryon, which, if you guys are wondering, his Tryon levels are basically off the charts. Almost the size of a goddamn house, if I'm going to be honest. Even beating the branch's residential cute sniper after all. As Izuku began understanding multiple triggers, being attack triggers, defense triggers, and gunner triggers as well. He doesn't use sniper triggers, even though he has a high amount of Tryon. He prefers not to. If anything, he prefers up close and personal battles, instead of fighting from a long range and then keeping his distance. To him, that's kind of a coward's approach and dishonor in a way, which makes sense given the people who trained him, after all, fight up close and personal instead of fighting from a distance after all. The trigger type that Izuku mostly prefers using is actually attack triggers and defensive triggers as well, but he rarely uses gunner triggers, which only once, which he uses the, well, handgun configuration. But as for attack triggers, he always uses the Kurisu, with basically a katana-based blade, a ray guard, just like Osamu, which is a shield that can transform into a blade from time to time, and scorpions, being twin blades that are easy to use but low durability. Kurisu spear, which is the same as the Kokusu in spear form as well. But he does use gunner trigger attacks, being its shots, from meteor being just a powerful bullets, hound, which are Tryon bullets that can lock on to opponents automatically with high Tryon, meteor, which is basically powerful explosive Tryon shots, and viper, which are Tryon shots that gunners can control themselves. As for defensive triggers, he has at least two, being Ipsido, which is basically making a barrier shield, and shield, which is manipulating his Tryon to be used from faraway distances, such as only 25 meters though. Even certain special triggers called Otara triggers, which the only triggers he uses being Grasshopper and Teleportation, which he has a good hang of thanks to all of his other training in Nen, Cosmo, and total concentration breathing. So skills like those makes it way much more easier, especially for somebody like Izuku, who focuses more on speed than power after all. Not only that, Izuku also finds out that he has a side effect, and in case you guys are wondering, it's actually his quirk. And I know some of you might be thinking that's kind of a cop-out, which, yes and no. The reason being, his side effect can be turned on and off, just like Yu's side effect, which allows him to tell when people are lying or telling the truth. So, with a more understanding of his quirk, dimensional, he now has a more understanding on what he can do with it. Not only he can make it big or small or travel between other worlds, he can manipulate the time he can arrive back back in his world, being the world of My Hero Academia. But manipulate it too much, and he might end up in a place that he wasn't originally at. Which he actually does with a couple of trial and error kind of mishaps after all. Which he ended up somewhere in, well, Siberia, the other person being somewhere in the US, and also somewhere in Australia as well. So yeah, trial and error. The longest time he can now spend into a world is he can spend an entire year, but only spent one week, which works out pretty well. As he keeps on, as while building a relationship with both Osamu and Yu, he actually sees them more as comrades and best friends than just teachers and masters. And actually, he sees almost everyone at the branch as his, well, friends and allies. But he knows that this isn't his world, and he knows he has to go back soon. As even Yu actually convinces him to go back, even though he's a neighbor. But Yu already knows where his home is. Not only that, Osamu actually gives Izuku a bit of advice on how to manipulate his trigger easily and how to use it in a more practical, even developing a couple of strategies that he can use with his other abilities as well, as Izuku thanks them for everything they've done with them, and heads back into his world. As he goes through the portal, still wearing his border jacket as usual, being, well, light blue, he soon looks at his phone and looks that it's only been a couple of days since he left, being 7 days, being a week, realizing that it worked. It actually fully worked. That he can now go to other worlds for now an entire week. As he heads back home and switching out of his uniform, as he tells his mom that he'll still be training throughout the summer, just as he normally did the past other years as well. He soon heads to another location, realizing that he didn't want to distract Bakugo and All Might. He goes to the outskirts of the city near in the forest. Through this, he actually opens the portal, and he soon arrives into a forest where he sees 3 logs standing up and a creek nearby. As he wonders, I wonder what this place is. As soon after, he sent a presence as multiple shurikens fly at him as he conjures his Nichiri katana and also pulls out a trigger. Soon, in case you guys are wondering, Izuku has multiple triggers that he has on him that he can use, since certain triggers are limited to certain spaces and abilities after all, which I may go into details another time. As he sees a man that looks like in his late teens, as he wonders, who the heck are you? With short blonde hair and a black uniform with orange pants. As he says, I'm new here. Care to tell me where I am? As he looks at Izuku thinking, I've never seen a tire like that before. Well, somewhat, not completely before. As he thinks, so, who are you and what's your name? As Izuku introduces himself, the blonde who introduces himself as Naruto Uzumaki. As he's saying, it's nice to meet you. Would you believe me if I tell you that I'm not from this world? As Izuku gets in a battle stance saying, so you're not from this world? Tell me where you're from. As Izuku is kind of freaking out saying, I didn't come here to fight. If anything, I came here to become stronger and learn the ways of this world. As Naruto soon hears Kurama and tells him he's telling the truth. He's not an Otsutsuki, unfortunately, but he seems like a good kid. If anything, he seems way too goody goody for his own good. As Naruto hears this, thinks, okay then. So, you wanted to get stronger, huh? As Izuku nods, and they soon head to the Hidden Leaf Village, as they see Kakashi, which Naruto actually explained, with Izuku also explaining as well. As Kakashi saying, well, I did not expect this to ever happen to me as Hokage, but after the Fourth Great Ninja War, nothing should surprise me. As soon after saying, so you want to get stronger. So to do that, you must enroll in our ninja academy and become a shinobi. As Izuku is shocked, saying, a shinobi? Wait, a ninja? So I had to become a ninja, so I had to train to become a ninja? As saying, well, yeah, and given your age, how old are you? As he's saying, well, technically I'm 15, but mentally I'm actually 18, seeing I've gone to multiple worlds, and I do age in those worlds as well. As Naruto's saying, okay, this is crazy, even for me, but again, I guess that's what I should expect from somebody like this kid. As soon after, Kurama thinks, hey, Naruto, why don't you take this kid under your wing? You got quite a bit of experience to learn. Not only that, I think Sasuke should return and teach this kid too, since both of you have the skills of the Sage of Six Paths after all. As Naruto saying, I don't have all of his power, remember? Only a small fragment. And so does Sasuke. As saying, all the more reason to use it. As Naruto explains that he wished to train Izuku. As soon after, Kakashi saying, why not? But doing that, you won't be getting any pay at the academy since you're not teaching there as well. As Naruto soon has his head down. As Izuku saying, I'm sorry. As Naruto saying, don't worry about it. I look forward to teaching somebody that's strong as you. Kurama says a lot of good things about you right now. As Izuku is confused, saying, Kurama? Naruto soon says, well, I can explain on the way to the training grounds. Soon, they right there with Naruto explaining everything about Jinchuriki, chakra, the ninja way, and everything else. As Izuku thinks, so it's almost like heroes. I guess it makes sense. Every world has their own sense of heroes and sense of villains too. As Naruto thinks, I'm gonna get quite a bit from you as well. Soon after, Sasuke appears at the training grounds, asking, why did you want me, Naruto? I'm busy, as you know. As saying, I want you to help me train this guy. He's pretty strong. As Sasuke looks at him with his Rinnegan, as he's saying, why not? I'm in. As Naruto saying, but I didn't fully explain. You don't need to. I can sense his chakra, and it's pretty overpowering, especially with all the other skills he can use with it. As saying, okay, I guess you got me there. Soon after, a couple months have passed, with Izuku learning multiple skills in the way of the ninja, being scouting, espionage, also controlling his chakra, climbing up trees, and even from Naruto to Shadow Clone Jutsu, with Sasuke helping Izuku wondering what his chakra nature is, as Izuku has 2 chakra natures actually, as he's saying, as his chakra nature is wind and lightning, which no shock there after all, given that he used wind and lightning for his transmuter abilities for his nen. As over time, Izuku at least for 1 month, he actually developed his chakra nature from wind chakra and to lightning chakra pretty easily, even mastering Sasuke's signature jutsu, the Chidori, and with Naruto also teaching Izuku the Rasengan as well. However, he didn't just stop with those techniques. He also learned other wind style and lightning style jutsus, being the wind style wind blade, air bullets, and vacuum barrage. With lightning style, he developed his own jutsus, being the lightning style shot claws and the lightning style lightning dragon. Basically a weaker version of Sasuke's Kiri jutsu, to be honest. But he also developed his own twin style, being combining both wind style and lightning style to create gale style or storm style for some of the other people. It's similar to that of Darui style after all, like gale style lightning bullets and his black hunting jutsu as well. For Izuku, he actually combined both the Rasengan with wind style and the Chidori to create the storm style jutsu, Hurricane Lightning, as he hits his opponent with both the Chidori and Rasengan at the same time, causing somewhat similar the same effect as Naruto and Sasuke's Chidori and Rasengan colliding with each other, but onto somebody else instead of each other. And also, no, Naruto will not be getting any Tailed Beast or Sharingan. The reason being, those things are hereditary, and also, I doubt Sasuke is willing to give a Sharingan after what happened with Danzo, and Naruto is willing to give the Tailed Beast their freedom after years of them being used as Shinchuriki. So yeah, not happening. With time has passed, Izuku is actually mastered both wind style and lightning style, and even to control his chakra easily as well, and even the ways of a ninja as well. And soon after, Izuku leaves to head home, as Naruto saying, "You sure you want to head back so soon? You don't want to stop for at least a bite of Ichiraku?" As Izuku saying, "I would love to, but I still got much training to do before the entrance exam at UA. I want to at least get to one more world before then, and I hope you guys can understand." As Sasuke is saying, "Of course, you need to continue to get stronger, but to be honest, you're always welcome here, even though I know your quirk won't allow you to come back, even if you want to come back." As Izuku saying, "Yeah, thank you, Master Sasuke, Master Naruto," as he bows his head and heads through. As Naruto saying, "I'm gonna miss that kid, I really am," as saying, "Just shut up and I'm out." But to be honest, I actually liked him. Instead of thinking, I thought of him more of as a younger brother than anything. As Naruto began teasing Sasuke, with Sasuke saying, "Get off and I'm out of here." As Izuku heads back from the forest, soon after he has a couple messages from his mom, which he arrives back which it only took 3 days to learn how to master chakra, and soon it didn't take too long at all, since he only spent like half a year in the world of Naruto after all. So he decides to at least try to go to another world, saying he still has a little bit of time left before then, as he sends his mom a message saying he'll be back probably for another couple of days. Soon after, he heads to a world where he doesn't really see much. If anything, all there is nothing but black darkness, wondering as he calls out to people. As soon after, a boy with 2 swords, one short and one long, being black, as Izuku conjures 2 Nichiri katanas and collides with them, as the boy with orange hair says, "Who the hell are you and how the hell are you here? Not only that, how were you hiding that much spiritual pressure after just showing up?" As Izuku saying, "What the hell are you talking about?" As the boy in the kimono says, "Don't lie to me. Your spiritual pressure is so goddamn high, I can barely even see you by all that pressure." As soon after, Izuku thinks, "Holy crap, all this power? Was I just showing it off?" As he soon suppresses himself a little bit, as he thinks, "Is that better?" As soon after saying, "Alright, That works out a lot more better. So, what's your name, kid? And how the hell did you get here? As Izuku introduces himself, as he's saying that he got here from a portal from another world. As Ichigo saying, another world? Not surprised. Why should I be? As saying, you don't seem too surprised. Right now, you're in the highest point of Soul Society, and you're also in the middle of me getting my first weapon, getting my new Zanpakuto, my true Zangetsu. As he introduced himself as Ichigo Kurosaki. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And yes, this is the longest fucking video I've ever made in my entire life, I'm going to be honest. Expect part 1.5 in the next couple of days, because this is still only half of the script. Any rate, hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe, and tell me what you guys think in the comments below. I would love to hear them, because I hope it's worth it. At any rate, this is Mooky, signing out. Later.